All right, we're live on YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link from our YouTube channel.
Yeah, if you can just send that to me so I can post
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I swear to you, bro, I don't understand what is going on.
It's fine, bro. Stuff
Yeah,
like this happen. I don't even care as long as we can get it done.
yeah. It be making me look like man unprofessional. I changed my Facebook page and everything for this because I was like, I can't have my boy out here with the goofy stuff I'll be posting. People be like, what? All right, let's see. Is it working? Yeah, it is working. All right, cool. I'm gonna send you this link here. It's the YouTube one. Let me know if it doesn't work. I just sent it to you.
Oh,
Let's see. It says delivered. All right. And I'm gonna share this on my page. But never fear. Let's see.
I guess it would. It's telling me to create a channel, but I don't need. I guess I don't need to.
Yeah, it should let you just join. Um, let's see. I know my friend Ben always jumps on the YouTube one. So let me click on this link and see what it does. Yep, it takes me to it. Um, and I can see us, and it says live. All right, so we'll do that. All right, it's up. Cool. Let me post it in my sports group here. Let's see. I don't even know who that is. I gotta stop accepting random friend requests on Facebook. I just accepted some friend request. Somebody just sent me a DM already. I'm like, yeah, I'm not a chick. Let's see. Let me send it to your dad there.
I'm
Mm,
guessing if people can't tune in live, it would be just saved, and they can go
yeah,
back.
yeah. If people can't tune in live, everything that I do, I always download it anyway.
Okay.
And what I could do is I could post it as a video or break it up into segments or something. Like we would figure out a way to do it. Like we've got multiple platforms. Typically, it's never an issue with StreamYard as long as I don't get banned and I don't have any restrictions on my account. I just did two podcasts last night. They were an hour long each. So I don't know what I swear I don't know what's going on. Um, let me see. Uh, but if not, man, like again, we could always share it and figure out a way to break it up into segments, and you can share it on your social media. I know we in our group we do have. I like our section of fight fans. It's like a cult. Like you got your MMAs, you got your boxers, you got the people that's in between, and then occasionally we'll have beef because MMA people will say boxing's dead. Which, oh God, that was Mayweather's entire tenure. Like every time him and Pacquiao didn't fight, boxing's dead, but guys are still making $20 million a fight.
Yeah, for sure.
And so
Yeah,
then every time like Dana puts out some kind of pay-per-view, everybody's like, oh, see, MMA is better. I mean, you just styles make fights. You know, I don't have a problem with it. I prefer boxing for my personal reasons, but I don't mind it. I don't look down on any other fighting styles is what I typically go with.
Boxing, I got you.
Yeah. Let's see if Kenny can get on there. Let's see. All right, Kenny says in there. I'm legit mad. So if anybody's watching, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with our goofy, like thing. So I do see 3 people here. So let's see. You gotta click on the live, bro. There we go. Let me see if I can share this one. Share copy. I swear I don't understand it. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Your mom sent me something. All right, that's funny. I was like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Keith Shelton's mom." Okay, my bad, ma'am. There you go. There you go. All right, let's see. We got somebody in here. YouTube's a little more user friendly because if you make comments, we can see the names and stuff like that, so it's a little bit easier. Let's see. Click on that link for YouTube. All right. And again, you know, I apologize to anybody who was looking for the live. I honestly don't know what happened with that. Don't know what happened with that, but all right. And I'm sure we'll have people popping in and out. And then I'll give a chance for folks at the end to ask questions. If not, I've got a series of questions to ask. And let's see, I'll share one more on my page. All right. And then if I'm going to send you this second link, bro, okay, that takes people directly to the channel. All right. So couple disclaimers, as I've told Mr. Shelton. One, I got a little one. He's 5. Sometimes he hops up out the bed. So if you hear it stomping, crying, people with young kids, you know how it goes. But his mom will take care of it. He's not going to come down here. But I actually might get you to train him, bro, because he got some hands on him. He a southpaw, though. That's why I don't like it. You a southpaw?
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
interview over there. Interview over.
Yeah, man.
Southpaw is cheating, man. It's
come on now, man. Just the gift of that left.
Yo, man. I ain't gonna lie. When I was well, this isn't like the questions, but like some of the clips you showed, I was like, dude, he's reminds me of Paul Williams. But every lanky African American fighter reminds me of Paul Williams. It's like, but he was nice, man. I hated that he had that accident, but Sergio Martinez caught him, but I felt like that was just because he was green, man. You know, it's one of those things that like you learn from that as a fighter. And I was so looking forward to him bouncing back, man. I thought he was going to be great. Yeah. Had a high work rate too. Mm-hmm. And with him being so skinny and fighting at welterweight, like the sky's the limit for guys like that. Like you can move as high as you want, go down, you know, as long as you keep that work rate. But it was like, man, we got robbed, bro. It would have been so much fun to see him mature. But we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, 10 count. We got 10 questions. I got 10 questions. You can elaborate as long as you want. If you got questions or things you want to say and add on, we can do that at any time. And then at the end, we'll go to the scorecards. And I got a couple things that I wanted to ask you when we get to the end. But we'll go ahead and get started. Obviously, the first question on everybody's mind, like boxing is so unforgiving sport. Whether you win or lose, like it's a lot that you put your body through. What attracted you to the sport of boxing? What made you, in your mind, make it worth your time?
Man, at first, I just really went into it just for fun. Mm-hmm. Earlier, I started kind of boxing at like 9, 10, just learning the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. And I kind of moved away from it, so I haven't really went back to the gym. So I got tall and just, started playing basketball. And when COVID hit, I was like, man, I need something to do. They took the rims off the court. I need to do something.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I know how to box. Let me find the boxing gym I used to go to, Ninth Dimension Boxing, which is up on the back. And they moved to Hopewell. I went back. I'm like, man, I just want to get back in shape. I just want to, start throwing my hands again. And when we started doing it, he was like, man, you got something here. Mm-hmm. Like, you left-handed, you 6'6". I mean, you got basically the skills more like better than Deontay Wilder. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you can move better, your agility, you can. So I'm like, okay, let me do some research. So I started looking at fighters. Like you said, Paul Williams. That is crazy how you brought him up. Looking at Paul Williams, tall guys, Lennox Lewis. Mm-hmm. Just seeing how they, came to the sport of boxing and how they took over. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. So I told Coach, I said, put me in there. Let's see what we're going to do. And I ended up coming through and just basically destroying my opponents, Mm-hmm. First year, I became the state and regional Golden Glove champion. I was like, okay, let's see what I can do next year. The following year, I did the same thing. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna keep going. So I just started investing in boxing more, take care of my body, knowing the jits, what to do. Mm-hmm. And I look at it more as a sport, more than just fighting somebody. You know what I mean? I take it more as the person got to hit me and I got to deliver punishment.
Yeah.
So I kind of not a slugger. I'm not gonna go in there and try to get your head off. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna try to get it out. I'm gonna try to get in a certain position so I know I can come out with the win. You know what I mean? So that's really what really invested my time in the boxing and really made me go full circle with it.
So you mentioned like Lennox Lewis and like I mentioned Paul Williams before. What was your biggest inspiration for box, like as like from another fighter, like the person that you watched that you was like, I think I want to be like that guy, or I like his style?
Man, it's many of them, man. I just can't pick one. Mm-hmm. I can go all the way back to Tommy Hearns, to Lennox Lewis, like I said, to I like Deontay Wilder now as a heavyweight, just off the knockout percentage he got. Just mm-hmm. amazing how you can just hit a guy with one punch and just he'd be out like a light. Yeah. So, I mean, kind of just some of them fighters, Floyd, just how he can not get hit, the defense of boxing. So I kind of just really just looked at a lot of other fighters like, that's interesting. Oh, I want to be like that. Oh, I can take that from him. So it's more just taking little things from each fighter and just like making my own, fighting style.
Yeah. So you're 6'6", you're left-handed. So I'm assuming the straight is your best punch?
Yes, the straight is the best. The straight is the best.
Yeah. Punch. Okay. And this is a little off script, but again, southpaws, man, like there's just not a lot of them. I know there's guys who like Terrence Crawford, he does it. Bud does it all the time. He can switch to southpaw.
Yep.
He's not really a southpaw, and he's not bad from the southpaw side. And mm-hmm. I've seen him win fights like that, but he's not a natural southpaw. But the guys who are natural southpaws typically give people fits. And so you coming up, did you think that was advantageous for you starting out being a southpaw, especially on the amateur circuit? I'm pretty sure you don't see a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was kind of interesting because that's really what really pulled me to it. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of different. They're mm-hmm. not really seeing, I'm tall, but they're not seeing somebody that tall left-handed.
Yeah.
You know, so like you said, a lot of my fighters is orthodox. So when I come out in that stand, they really don't see it until they keep getting hit
Yeah.
with the same punch they can't see.
Mm-hmm.
So
It does throw you off. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been in a lot of fights, and I see a dude left-handed. I go to my wrestling background. I'm not standing with the left-handed fighter. I'm taking you to the ground. I'm not wasting my time. This ain't gonna go how I wanted to go anyway. We just gonna fight on the ground. That's fine with me. But the grind of the amateur circuit is tough. I don't think a lot of people understand like amateur boxing and how often guys fight, how much you have to fight. Explain to people like that grind, because people see, again, we, like I told you before, people see the finished product. They see the Floyds, they see these guys making all the money, they see the champions, and nobody really knows the origin story to what people had to do a lot of times. And Floyd's kind of a bad example because he was a silver spoon coming through. Like I told you, when Manny Pacquiao fought in a farmer's market. He put stones in his pocket to get weight to make more money and things like that. So explain that grind of the amateur circuit, because being a 2-time state and regional Golden Glove champion, I don't think people understand like how hard that is. You picked it up during COVID and instantly had that kind of success. So what's that grind like for you?
Man, that's a great question, by the way. When I first started getting back in, I was actually 225.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in, you know, just off what I was doing in basketball. So when I came in there and I started working out more and more and more, he was telling me, you got to drop weight. You got to drop weight.
Yeah.
And I'm telling him like, man, I don't know if I can drop that much weight. But in 3 to 4 months, I went to 176, 178. And that grind just itself, you know, running every day, running 4, 5 miles, 3 miles, just getting that pace to working 2.5 hours, just throwing punches, you know, just constantly trying to burn your body fat and just have that endurance.
Mm-hmm.
And so after I got to that weight, you got to maintain it.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
That's the hard part, man.
Yeah.
So I got to the weight, and it won't comfortable at first. It wasn't at all. You know, coming into that weight class, just, you know, not feeling like you got all the strength and all, you know, your power. But it started working for you in your favor. You know, when you first weigh in, then you can eat what you want. Mm-hmm. So when you eat, you can get to a certain weight you feel comfortable at. But then, like you said, in the amateurs, you got certain days. You might got to fight the day after.
Like it's a grind.
It's a grind. It's definitely a grind. So, you know, you fight one night, you really can't eat the next night because you got to make weight the next morning. Or if you don't, the other guy can win over you. So it's just like you just got to stay consistent, you know, and, you know, really the main thing is discipline. Discipline. You know, just knowing what you need to eat. You know, I got a different regimen. I got a lot of protein in the foods I eat. I don't really eat a lot of fattening foods. You know, I have cheat days. Don't get it wrong. You know, when you work so hard, you need to have cheat days. But it's real slim.
Yeah, I'm like Tyson Fury. I'm like 20 stones, as they say.
Yeah, man.
I swear, man. Like I'm a boxing fan. I love it to death. I could never do it because I would never have that discipline, man, and the condition. Like I wrestled when I was in high school, and that's some tough like training and staying in shape. And you see a lot of guys, because I was going to ask you about that too. Like if you came in at 225, like that was your walk around weight at that time. And then for you to get down to light heavy, what is that, like 176?
176.
Yeah.
So actually just changed. It was 178 last year. Now I got to drop 2 more pounds.
2 more pounds. Yeah. See, that's tough. But like to maintain that weight, I think amateur boxing has that one good aspect that it forces people to stay at their weight. Because a lot of times when they become pros, like Ricky Haddon used to do that crap. He would balloon up to like 180, 190, and then he's got to fight, and shoot, 4 weeks of your camp is just you trying to lose weight, you
Mhm.
know. And I used to always say that was the advantageous part for Floyd. His walk around weight won't but like 150 ish, if
Yeah.
anything, you know, makes it easier for you because you don't have to spend 3-4 weeks in camp wasting time trying to burn weight. You just like that's a week of training right there. So my next question is going to be about the natural weight. Do you think you could go any lower, or is 176 like where you're at?
Man, so my goal is, to be honest with you, to stay at light heavyweight. You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I go pro, that's where I want to start at. I feel like it's a kind of a gap right now with it, because the last American heavyweight, or the last American that was in that weight class that really did something, was Andre Ward.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like me stepping into that, weight class and actually showing my talent and actually, getting that attention will spark a lot attention to me. So I feel like my goal is to stay at 175. You know, that's why I'm so comfortable right now, staying in between 180 to 176.
Mm-hmm.
So I know when I go to pro, it will be much more easier, because that's all I would be doing.
Yeah.
Boxing and training. So that's why I want to stay at for right now, 175, and then when I get better, start winning, get a champion. Hopefully, I want a championship in that division, and then go up to cruiserweight, and then do what I need to do in cruiserweight, and then try to go to heavyweight.
Yeah.
So I got a plan, man. Definitely.
Yeah, that's good because if you came in at 225, then like going up to heavyweight shouldn't be as hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like 225 is a good weight, especially if you're 6'6". I think some of that like Wilder's issue, because you had mentioned him, he was a naturally athletic, tall guy, but then he tried to add weight thinking that was going to help, and then it kind of tired him out. Like you had talked about, finding that balance of power and endurance. Like it's a subtle thing. It's something that I think a lot of fighters don't understand, even as they turn pro. Some of them don't really understand. Like there's a weight that you're going to be like optimal. You're going to be the strongest, the fastest, the best fighter that you can be. And I think a lot of guys struggle with finding that, and then they move up in weight classes and they get frustrated. They try to change their style or change how they train to keep up. But I think you got a good game plan. I like that you mentioned like Andre Ward at light heavy, because I ain't gonna lie, as a fan, I was so happy. I'm one of the few boxing fans that apparently likes Andre Ward. I done fought with people on Twitter about him and everything.
Wow.
I don't get the hate, man. But he was a guy that I feel like he could have moved up to that weight at any point. I think for him, it was just more, it meant more to be 160, 168, because in our culture and in America, like that's where we typically dominated, like the Roy Jones, the B Hops and stuff like that. Like that's where guys build their legend. Just like Evander Holyfield is like the only American that we really know at cruiserweight that built the legend. So like for him to move up to light heavy, I don't think he wanted to carry that banner to start it, but he eventually did in the latter part of his career. So I think that's a great weight for anybody, especially if you're 6'6", man, because you got flexibility at 6'6", man. Like that, your frame, you can go up, down, do what you want, whatever makes you comfortable. I think that's great. My next question, though, we get a little technical here. You fight all the time. It's the difference between street fighting and boxing. We all know that. Like I said, I ain't getting in no ring. I ain't even messing with it. Southpaw, we wrestle. We not fighting, y'all. For you as a fighter, do you prefer the knockout or making somebody quit? Do you like the technical aspect, or do you like the power aspect?
I would say, man, I would like the power aspect, but when you get in this game, it's more so you can't knock everybody out. Yeah. And if you do, you're gonna risk a lot of injuries. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Everybody's head ain't the same. People got rock of a head, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm finding that niche that, okay, I have the knockout power, but if I can break you down, that would be special. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I would say that really that breaking even, just, I can stop you from just keep hitting you, go into the body, making you stop. or I can just get you out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So me is kind of like a balance. Like it depends on the day, to be honest with
you. Next question too, just because stylistically taller fighters don't go to the body a lot. Do you feel like that's a strength of yours? Is that part of your style, or do you feel like that's something that's overlooked nowadays?
That's definitely something that I'm trying to put in my arsenal for sure. I don't see it a lot, especially like you said, for taller fighters. And at first, when you're telling me go to the body, when I first started, I'm like, man, I can't get down there. These guys are,
everybody's like here.
Like I'm not going down there. I'm risking everything,
Yeah.
But when you were showing me the position, how to get there without getting hit, it's kind of like, okay, so repetition, practice till you get it perfect, basically. So I started doing that, and now I'm kind of getting comfortable going to that body, stepping to the right, stepping to the left.
I was gonna say a couple of the clips that you had posted. I see, like I don't know why I'm like obsessed with this punch, but I feel like it was something that people overlooked. But Mayweather used to do that little push punch right to the solar plex, and I don't think a lot of people realize how effective that punch was. It wasn't a punch to hurt you, but it pushes the air out your lungs. So if he hit you with that push punch, he pop shot you with the push punch, pop shot you with the push punch, and then you come in to throw a combination. There was times where guys would be gassed, like they just didn't have it, and you could kind of tell they didn't understand what's going on. And there's a clip of him doing it to Canelo, like he did it like 5 punches in a row. Canelo came in for a combination, and Floyd touched him on the chin with his glove, like something soft, and then rocked his body like 4 straight combinations, like hard punches that he sat on, and he was able to slide out. And then like a lot of people didn't realize the technique of that. Do you as far as your training and your trainers go, do they ever like when they're talking to you about styles or certain punches and things like that, do they reference guys like Floyd or old school fighters, anything like that, or do they just kind of tell you like instruction wise, throw the jab, throw the straight?
Oh no, all the time they tell me, go look at this person, go look at this person, look how Canelo throw to the body,
he's a
go to the angle and just load it all up. So they definitely tell me to look at these guys and understand how to properly put the punch. Just don't go in there and just try to go right into it. Set it up. It's always about setting up a punch. The punch that really effective is the one they can't see.
Definitely.
So if they can't see it's gonna do damage. So that's really what they told me to do.
As far as, because you're in the DMV Virginia area. Have you worked out with or sparred with any pros, anybody of note?
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I go to 9th Dimension Boxing, and my head coach is Omar Lean. He has a son named Emmanuel Lean that actually pro right now. Give you a little backstory on him. He's 17-4. He was the silver world champion. I forgot what year, and was top 5 in the U.S. in 2017, 2018, something like that. So I got the experience with a lot of people that got that background and that history in the sport. He got in the ring with many fighters, with Jamel Charlo. He just finished camp with them guys. He just helped Earl Spence win his fight too. So he in the mix with all them great fighters, and he just come back and just tell me good things. Just let me know, hey, you do this, do that. You know what I mean? And if you keep doing your thing, he can put me in a position to win. So yeah, man, I've been around a lot of people that really in that field of actually pro and actually knowing what they're talking about. So
yeah, and I think that's something again that's overlooked by fans, like the importance of sparring, being sparring partners, getting that exposure. Tank got signed by Floyd because of sparring. Like Floyd had never seen him fight. He showed up out of shape, fought Devin Haney's. It's an urban legend now, but they did the little doghouse thing, and they ended up Floyd actually ended up signing him after that. He was impressed. Deontay Wilder, he used to spar the Klitschko's. Emmanuel Stewart gave him his blessing, and Tyson Fury sparred the Klitschko's. Emmanuel Stewart saw him too. He even predicted that they would be the top two whenever they turn pro. And so like it's great to hear that. I love to hear about guys giving back, man. I feel like there's a stigma with boxing because it's competitive. It's a solo sport. You are your brand, you are your person. But like in order for everybody to eat, you gotta have competition, you gotta help people, you gotta build up, because if you didn't have that, if you don't got a dance partner, you ain't got nothing to sell, you know? And so I think it's great to hear that, you know, you're getting that experience and guys are willing to do that. So about your career path and what you have as far as your expectations and plans, your like next fight, how can people catch your next fight? Where can they catch you? Is it streamed? Will it be local?
Well, I'm not sure myself, man. My next fight will be next week, October 1st in Wilmington. When I get the information, I'll put it out there. But you know how amateur is. They kind of some tournaments, some events they have recording, some don't. You know, some be underground. Just a lot of stuff that just be different. That's the amateurs. You know, you just gotta build up. So, but that's really my next fight. You know, I'm still trying to get into the national tournament the end of this year. But if I somehow don't get in it because I just placed in the wild card, I will be in it next year for Golden Gloves. And when I get it again, state, regional, they would just take me straight to nationals. And then we just go from there. Hopefully, you know, nationals go good. And if they like what they see, we talk about Olympics also. So we got a game plan, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the Olympics too, because there's talks of them not doing it in 2028 because there's issues. And I mean, as a fan, and I'm sure you know too, man, like it ain't no secret. American fighters don't get a lot of love in the Olympics. It's just how it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So in 2028, it's going to be in LA, which is kind of a big deal because it's in America. Typically, we just get hosed overseas and stuff. But they allow pros to do it now. That's kind of cool. What would it mean to you, though, to get to the Olympics as a fighter and represent the country?
Man, it would kind of mean a lot to me. Just putting that, you know, country on my back, the people that support me here and everywhere else, they'll just see me like, okay, you repping United States. So it would definitely, you know, mean a lot to me. And I'll definitely if I get that opportunity, I'm not going to let nobody down. I'm going to try to go in there and execute, you know, and bring home that gold for sure.
Do you find it more comfortable to fight without the headgear or with the headgear on? I think that's something else I think a lot of people don't understand either.
Yeah, man. With the headgear, I kind of don't like it, to be honest with you, because it take a lot of the impact from the punch, especially from my jab or just trying to land stuff. So I'd rather fight without the headgear, you know, but with the amateur, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, we definitely spar, you know, in the gym without headgear all the time, body shots, just working on little different things, you know, just to stay sharp and it just kind of be tougher than your other opponent. Yeah, they're not doing the stuff that we doing.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's something that people don't emphasize too. Like I've seen some guys take shots in sparring because they don't really get, like Floyd was one of those people. He fought a different style when he sparred a little, but when he was in the ring, you couldn't touch him. But he would kind of get toe to toe with you in sparring and stuff like that. And I think it's good to have that mixed bag because a lot of taking punches is you having to get used to getting hit because everybody gets touched at some point, you know. Yeah. So it's just how you react to it. I think everything like looks great, man. Especially like I said with your size and the southpaw style. I 100% think you should continue to do what you do, bro. Like it's like your coach told you, natural gifts, man. Like I've watched a lot of boxing. I guess in my years, I'm not that old, but I feel like I've watched so much boxing. I'm talking ESPN Classic, bro. I went to Miami. Everybody went to Miami to party. I went to Ali's gym. Like that's the kind of fan I am, you know. Like I was excited, man. I took pictures and stuff. I talked to the dude that cleaned the gym, man. Saw his gloves. Like that was that was special to me. That was more special to me than going to live. You know, like that was my thing. Like I went straight to Ali's gym. First thing I did, man. I tried to interview Shannon Briggs, you know, because he was the first American or one of the last Americans to unify, which I think is historic. And we don't get that kind of stuff anymore. But like I'm 100% a fan, man. And anything we can do to help you with your promotion or even getting your name out, let us know with our platform. Your fight in Wilmington, wherever you fight, bro, just, you know, I'll reach out to your dad. You can reach out to me. Let me know if I can make it. I'll come. I don't care. And I'll be the dude just yelling, jab. I love that though, man. I love everybody else that. It's like, bro, give me something other than jab. Like that's everybody's jab. That's natural. But I think we'll go ahead and go to the scorecards here. Just some quick questions. Spence or Bud, they're gonna fight. Who would you pick and why?
Man, that's a tough one. We talk about it at the gym all the time, and I study both of them a lot because they tell me all the time Crawford is so good at controlling distance.
He is. He's a technician. He's a technician.
Pearl is a dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell people too.
So, but here's where the difference is: the experience and who really older. You know, they don't think Bud got the power, but he a grown man. I mean, he knocking these guys out. You know, Earl is taking him a little while. You know, so I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I think it's gonna go to the scorecards though, for sure.
I've been team Spence for so long. I don't feel like I can change. But I've always been one to respect Bud. I think Bud presents a Rubik's Cube of issues because he can switch his styles up. He can fight from outside. He can fight from inside. He can go southpaw, orthodox. Like he's definitely the smarter fighter, definitely the more technical fighter. Yeah. But I feel like Spence is sneaky stronger. It's just his style of fight doesn't generate as many knockouts early because he's a body worker. He doesn't go for your head, and body punches take time. Like it's an accumulation of damage over time. But I'm like, when he fought Brooks, Kell Brooks was the bigger fighter. He broke his orbital bone. I'm like, anytime you break a dude's face, like you got some pop, whether people want to admit it or not, right? And then I think his technique is good enough on the inside. If Bud, because he's got one flaw that Bud has is his ego. If he goes toe to toe with this dude and he fights an end fight, I think he'll lose. I don't think that's how he wins. I don't think he wins by making it a grind, toe to toe. We end fight. I think he wins by doing the technical things, controlling the distance. When they fight inside, it's because he wants to fight inside. Then bring it back outside using his jab. But I'm just like, man, he's such a macho man on the low because he's quiet about it. But I just feel like he gonna just come in there and be like, nah, like he ain't gonna do that. I'm not running. Like, no, bro, you boxing. That's what you gotta do. Box. Don't brawl with this dude because that's his style. That's his wheelhouse. He has got one style and he is good at that style. Yeah. So if you fight him at that style, you will lose. That's what I look at it like. And so I think it'll go to the cards too. And it'll probably be just a matter of what people like.
Yeah,
I like to see him fight 2 times if it's close in the first fight. I don't like these trilogies, bro. Like
you don't like them? Man.
Triple G didn't need a trilogy. I didn't like that one.
I would tell him. 40 years old, he ain't show no ounce of. I guess I would say heart. I mean, I guess you say heart, but it was like you don't have that itch no more. Like you don't have that it factor. And Canelo in his prime. I mean, you can't become
he's the best fighter, hands down, bro. Next one, Garcia or Tank?
Tank, man. I'm gonna tell you,
I'm gonna Tank. Yeah,
like you said, Tank is just so gifted, and he got so much of that experience and background from Floyd that I don't think that's the difference from Floyd from everyone else. Floyd know how to win. Yeah. So when Floyd tells somebody how to win, it's kind of gonna be hard to beat them. So I gotta give it to Tank.
They got a weird relationship. It's like it's almost like Floyd and his dad. Like they look like they work together well, but then they hate each other. It's just weird. But I like I like Tank. I think Tank is a lot smarter than people give him credit for. I think the one key thing about Tank that gives him the advantage is he's southpaw. Garcia got a weakness to southpaws. He don't see that straight hand coming at him like he should. He also doesn't have like a real vast repertoire for his punches. He don't mix them up as much as people think. Like his combinations are kind of all the same. And when I see fighters like that, the first guy I thought of when I saw him was Amir Khan. And I was like, Amir Khan used to get beat by these heavy-handed punchers because they would time the combination. He looked good for 4 or 5 rounds, man, just boxing circles around cats. And then the Danny Garcia's catching with a hook coming in. And that's all it took is one punch. Yeah. And Ryan recovered from that one fight where the dude was southpaw, knocked him down. But that was such a red flag to me. I think Oscar knows that too. So Oscar kind of been dancing around. And then Oscar's like, look, if he gonna get in the ring with this dude, y'all gotta compensate us. Like we need money because it'll affect his brand. But I just think stylistically, that's a bad matchup for Garcia. I would like to see Garcia fight Tio. You like Tio?
I don't know. You got to give me that. I don't know who Tio is. You
think Lopez, Teofimo Lopez? Yeah. I just call it Tio.
That's a great. That would be a great matchup for sure. Just because I think they both kind of have the same style. Fight long, and they got that special hook, like you said. They got that special 3. They throw a lot. They try to catch people with. So that would probably be a great fight. But like you said, man, Ryan, I feel like he's trying to run towards the money.
Yeah, for sure.
He ain't really boxing a lot of, I would say, people that have good competition or has a resume that people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, once we see that and see that, he can actually win these, fights easily, then I feel like he should get in the ring with, them guys like Tank and Devin.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ready for that.
I didn't mean to disrespect Haney. He's not my cup of tea, but he's unified and I respect it. He went over to Australia and beat my boy.
Yeah.
And I mean he talk a big game and he ain't never dodged nobody, that's for sure. And I know for a fact when he was coming up, he would spar anybody, anywhere. Like he was definitely about that life. So I'm more of a Shakur person. And I feel like you can't like them both. I feel like you got to be one or the other.
I look at boxing just like, man, I just respect their styles and how they go about it.
Yeah,
like you said, Devin. A lot of people don't give Devin credit, but to what he's done and how his dad been through with him, the whole thing is basically just a natural raw fighter to now the one of the best in the world. Got like you said, undisputed. So off that jab and just controlling the ring.
Yeah.
And Shakur do the same thing. I'm watching Shakur now. I'm gonna watch him this weekend.
Yeah.
In New Jersey. But I mean, he's just amazing, man. Just the way he's doing it, how his swag is, and like you said, he controlled the distance too.
Yeah, so, he's funny, man. I watched him coming up. And he had this good boy image, man. Though soon he turned pro, he flipped it on. I was like, yo, my man a G out here.
Yeah, man.
He a good kid, though. I love it, man. Who's your top 3 fighters to watch right now?
Top 3, man. Anytime I go to YouTube, man, if I'm feeling like I just want to watch somebody brawl, it's always, that Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson fight. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Lennox Lewis for sure. It would be my guy I really want to watch. I look at Floyd a lot. Mm-hmm. And I would say, man, the person I'm really looking at right now is Shakur and, Bud. Just how they, like you said, control their distance and really don't let nobody invade their space.
Yeah.
Like they know it's a danger zone as soon as you get into here. Like you're gonna feel these punches.
Yeah. Is Lennox your favorite fighter of all time?
I would say Lennox is probably one of top 3 for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I know probably people like, man, he's not American, but the way he came about it and basically got 2 losses but beat them. Mm-hmm. So he kind of beat everybody he fought.
Yeah,
beat everybody he fought.
I hate British fighters, but Lennox has my respect, and that says a lot. Like Tyson Fury has my respect because I will go out my way to talk trash about British fighters.
Mhm.
But one thing that always makes me like Lennox Lewis is that despite the accent and how he carried himself, he won't no hoe. And he made Riddick Bowe put them belts in the trash, and I always remember that. And I was so upset at Riddick Bowe for that, man. Like, and I know some of that had to do with like promotion and stuff, but it was just like, bro, you came back down from a British dude, man. You like that was a big deal to me growing up as a kid. Like, you're an American heavyweight. Like, this is our thing. Like, Americans run heavyweight, which, you know, obviously that's changed now. But at the time, like in the late 80s, and then when I was coming up as a kid in the 90s, like, bro, that's what we did. We didn't back down for nobody, and you throwing the belts in the trash. I was tight, man. I actually hated Riddick Bowe to this day for that, man. And I seen him at like something in DC. It was like back when they used to do the boxing halls and stuff in DC. Me and my boy went to a B-Hop fight. B-Hop fought, I think about Peters or somebody. It was way back in the day. And I saw Riddick Bowe, and I was like, man, if he won't big and his hands won't still alive, I'd say something. But I was like, I ain't no fool, bro.
Yeah,
don't let that little twitch fool you, bro, because them hands get the moving, man. The muscle memory come quick. You get popped. For sure. You ain't trying to get hit by these old dudes with these heavy hands, man. I'm good on that, but definitely was thinking in my head like, yeah, I hate you. My top three is cliche. Ali, obviously. Ali means everything to me, man. Like, just what he meant as a brother and what he meant to boxing in general. How he stood on everything he believed in always makes me respect him. Even if you don't agree with somebody, if they stand on what they believe in, like, that gets my respect. Roy Jones, bro, Prime Roy. I stopped watching Roy at the Tarver fight. I don't count anything after that. But Prime Roy was a monster. I show in our sports group, all the time I show the clip of him and James Toney talking trash to each other. Like, he's just a good dude on the mic. Good dude in the ring. And then I usually show a lot of Pretty Boy Floyd, not a lot of Money Mayweather. I don't mind Money Mayweather, but to me, Pretty Boy personified like perfection, because he could knock you out, but he could break you down too. Like, he was just a perfect fighter. He had a chin, defense, and all that. So those are my top three I typically go to. And then my little guys, like my Valeros and Pacquiao's and stuff like that, you'll catch me sneaking looks in on them too. But I like I said, I'm a fan, bro. I love boxing. I don't care who fighting. I'm trying to watch it. I got Showtime just to watch boxing, so that's the only thing I use it for. So
yeah, man.
There's one last thing I gotta ask, because a friend of mine has a boxing promoter in Texas. As far as what you are looking for your professional career, are you open to kind of shopping around to see what promoters got going on, or is there a like specific direction you want it to go?
No, man, I don't have no specific direction, man. Anybody that really, really see the potential and really want to invest in me, I mean, I go to them.
Okay.
So I really don't have no say so. But if you want to ask,
yeah,
I like the guys in Texas, man. Really like the guys in Texas. I like them Ronnie Shields. I like Floyd. I've been to Vegas, and I've been in that camp before, so it's like, okay, there's a good vibe too. So I've been looking at a lot of places, but like I said, anybody that really trying to invest in me and be like, okay, this the guy right here.
Yeah, man. That's good. That's good stuff, yo. Because like I said, I was gonna because he like saw me, I guess, post something, and I know his friend has like he had promoted Kirkland back in the day and stuff like that. So I know he was on the scene. They got some guys coming up, and he was like, hey, just ask him. I was like, I'll ask him. I don't care. It never hurts to ask. Shoot.
Yeah.
And I was like, and if you paying, I was like, shoot, if he don't come, I'll come fill it. I would be like, oh boy, I'm gonna give you a round. I ain't gonna walk. I'm gonna give you a round, but after that, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm like, forget this. But thank you, bro, for coming on, man. Really, again, I apologize about the Facebook thing. I have no idea what was going on. I'm gonna download this video, and then I'll either try to clip it for you or send it to you. Give me like a couple days to edit it and make sure it's formatted right, and then you can upload, share. If you want to promote the little handle in the group and stuff like that, that's fine too, man. Anything you need, just let me know.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
All
having
right,
me.
bro. No
I
problem.
really
No problem.
appreciate it. And yeah, just let me know. Just send me the link. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, we can do this again. Just
Yeah.
whenever you get your Facebook right or whatever, just let me know.
me,
Just keep doing
me
it.
and Facebook have a love-hate, man. Love-hate. I'm about to go to Vegas and base my product out of Vegas too. Shoot. Maybe you go to Vegas, we'll link up there.
Okay, yeah, just let me know.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, man. You too.